nothing but customs duty. Simple. Tariff is nothing but customs duty. Now tell, will I pay customs duty at the time of import? Will I pay customs duty only at the time of import or only at the time of export, or I have to pay import on export also? Should I pay no imports? Should I pay customs duty on imports? Yes. Should I pay customs duty on exports? Yes. I have to pay on both. So I have to pay import duty also, or I have to pay export duty also, right? When I'm importing the goods, I have to pay import duty. When I'm exporting the goods, I have to pay export duty. Now tell, India is importing mobile phones from China like MI. From Korea, it is importing Samsung. From US, is importing Apple. Now tell, at that point of time, Apple will pay what type of tax in India? Will it pay export duty or import duty? Now see, US, clear, not US basically, Apple. Tell me, Apple is from which country? iPhone is from which country? Apple is from which country? Obviously, it's from US, right? Now let us see what happens in that case. This is my Apple iPhone, right? This is the Apple iPhone. So let us take this example. We got Apple iPhone here. Now, Apple iPhone is from US country, right? Now, Apple iPhone is coming from US. Clear? It is coming from US to which country? It is coming from US to which country? India. Correct or not? It is coming from US to India. So let us take one Indian map. Indian flag let us take basically. Hmm. So coming back here. So what is happening here? ये आ गया अपना भारत माता की जय. Now see, USA, clear, from US it is getting imported to India. Now tell, India is importing or exporting? Apple is importing to India or exporting to India? Apple is exporting to India. I repeat, Apple is exporting. Export is happening from US. Clear? Export is happening from US and import is happening in India. Import is happening in India. Now tell. In simple question, I'll ask you, you tell whether it is correct or not. Apple should pay export duty. I repeat, Apple should pay export duty in US. Correct or not? Export duty in US. It should also pay import duty in India. Correct or not? So in simple words, customs duty is divided into two parts, import and export. For one country, if it is import, obviously for the other party, it will be export. For India, if it is export, for US import. For US export means India will import. Correct or not? These are called what? Tariffs. This is nothing but what? Tariff. Clear? This is nothing but what? Tariff. So now let us understand tariff in a technical words, what is given in your material. So tariff, what is tariff? Tariff is a financial charge. Financial charge. What is financial charge? You have to pay money or not? Customs duty, may can you tell I don't have money, keep my watch, keep my car and give my goods? No, you have to pay money. That is why it's a financial charge in the form of tax. In the form of what? In the form of tax. Clear? Tariff is what, sir? Tariff is a financial charge in the form of tax. Clear? In the form of tax. No. Tariffs can be of multiple types. I repeat, tariffs can be of multiple types. First, let us understand import tariffs. Clear? First, let us understand import tariffs. First, let us understand import tariff. Clear? Import tariffs, let us understand. Then we will go to export tariffs. Now, I hope you understood what is import, what is export, what is import duty, what is export duty, what is tariff. Anyone has any doubts as of now in basic small concepts? This chapter is very small but very important for exam. By tomorrow we'll finish this chapter itself. Small chapter. Clear? Number one. The first type of import tax is specific tariff. Specific tariff. Clear? Which tariff, sir? Specific tariff. Sir, what exactly do we mean by specific tariff? Sir, specific tariff means a fixed amount of duty, khatam. Fixed amount of duty. Specific tariff means, I repeat, specific tariff means fixed monetary tax. Clear? Fixed monetary tax. Fixed monetary tax per physical unit. Per physical unit. Fixed monetary, I repeat, fixed monetary tax per physical unit of good imported. Of good imported. Clear? I repeat, it's a fixed monetary tax per physical unit of good imported. Now let us say, tell me what you want to buy from US. You want to import something. What do you want to import? Tell me one good. Two things you tell. Two things you tell what you want to import. Anyone. Sai is there, Kirti madam is there, Chaitanya is there. Anyone you tell. What do you want to import from other countries? Like it can be mobile phone, it can be car, it can be bike, it can be anything. One is laptop. Okay. One is laptop. So let us say, for example, this is the laptop what you want to import. Okay, next one more thing you tell. Car. RR, very good. Rolls Royce. Toy wala or actual wala you want? Chaitanya, you want this toy wala or actual wala? Actual wala, very good. So where is the nice car? We'll take this one, Rolls Royce. See. So what we'll do here? Come back. Sir, I'm importing laptop. Clear? I'm importing laptop. I'm importing laptop. How much I'm paying tax? Fixed. Fixed means irrespective of value of goods. I repeat, irrespective of value of goods. Let us say this laptop is costing you 50,000 rupees in India after conversion. Still I'm paying 10,000 rupees import duty. Khatam. Still I'm paying rupees 10,000 import duty. And now Chaitanya was who was importing laptop? Who was importing? Sai Krishna. Sai Krishna imported laptop and he paid 10,000 tax duty. And now Chaitanya. Chaitanya is importing rupees 5 crore worth of car. Still he is paying rupees 10,000 as duty. He is still paying 10,000 as duty. Now tell. For every type of good, is the duty fluctuating or it is fixed? Is it fluctuating or fixed? It is fixed. Is it based on price or is it based on goods? Goods. Sir, one car clay 10,000, two cars clay 20,000, three cars clay 30,000, four cars clay 40,000. And for every type of good, price is same or different? Price is same. Sorry, apna duty is same, right? Irrespective of price. Sir, high value goods. Sir, for 5 crores worth of goods also, I am paying 10,000 only duty. For 50,000 worth of laptop also, I am paying 10,000 only duty. This type of tax is called what? That is what I told. It is what, sir? It is fixed monetary tax per physical unit of good imported. For what, sir? For physical unit of good imported. So your price is not important for me. What is important for me? Quantity. For every good, 10,000. I import two laptops, 20,000. Three laptops, 30,000. Now tell. Now here tell me when you calculate proportionately on laptop, tell me how much percentage you're paying as tax. Laptop pay how much percentage? Calculate the percentage. 20% you're paying duty. And on car, how much you're paying duty? 10,000 divided by 5 crores, how much? I think 0.01%, something like that. Calculate fast. 0.02. 0.02%. Now see. So can I say when the value of goods are increasing, when the value of goods increases, the price of, you can say the customs duty decreases? The price of the good increases, customs duty decreases, correct or not? Now this should happen or not? This will be a disadvantage or not? To the country itself, for India only, when you are importing, will it be a disadvantage or not? Obviously it will be a disadvantage. In order to eliminate this disadvantage, I repeat, in order to eliminate this disadvantage, what government has done? Government of India introduced new type of duty. Another type of duty was imported. So that duty, second type of duty or second type of tariff what we have is called as clear ad valorem. Ad valorem tariff. Clear? Ad valorem tariff. Sir, ad valorem tariff के लिए you can say it is not fixed. It is a percentage on price of goods. Simple. What it is? It is levied it is levied, clear, it is levied on the price of goods. It is levied as a percentage of value of goods. Value of goods. Clear? Value of goods. Let us say, for example, I import laptop. Clear? I import laptop. I import laptop. Let us say laptop के लिए they tell, let us say for laptop 20% खत्म. Let us say how much? 20%. 50,000 into 20%. How much it is? Tell me, 50,000 into 20%, 10,000, right? Rupees 10,000. When I'm importing car also, what will happen now? Here also, how much I'm going to pay? I'm going to pay how much, sir? I'm going to pay 20% only. So here also it will be rupees 5 CR into 20%. It will be how much? 1 CR. Correct or not? So in second one, in ad valorem tariff, is the duty fixed or it is a percentage of price of goods? It is a percentage of price of goods. Now in this case, tell me, when price is increasing, duty is also increasing or not? When price is increasing, duty is also increasing or not? Will it result in a benefit to government or not? Will it result in a benefit to government or not? Yes, but there is one problem here. What people here? What happened? People reduce the invoice price to avoid tax, to avoid to avoid high percentage of duty. Simple. Now let us say, for example, Rolls-Royce cars, to the showroom I paid 5 crores. To the showroom I paid 5 crores. But in the invoice I am asking those fellow to show only 3 crores. So 2 crores worth of money what I have already paid, I am not showing that in invoice. Can I do that? Yes, it happens, right? So what happens? Wantedly, even after paying the price, people are reducing the value of goods in invoice. Why? Because it is calculated as a percentage of invoice value. Correct or not? Will this happen? Is it a disadvantage or not? Yes. But can I question, can government do anything? No, because invoice is there, right? From other country you're bringing a car, from other country you're bringing a laptop. Can you, like, if something like this happens in a country, we have every right. Government has every right. But like this, something happens from outside the country, what will they do? Nothing else, right? You have shown the invoice, done. This is the disadvantage. So tell me in which tariff, price increases, duty decreases. Price increases, duty decreases. Which case? Price increases, duty decreases. Price increases, duty decreases. In which case? Specific. Sir, in this case, what happens in ad valorem? Price increases, duty also increases. Clear? Disadvantage in specific duty, duty, what will happen? Loss of revenue to government. In case of ad valorem tariff, government's revenue increasing, but chances of fraud also will increase. What does that fraud do? People might reduce the invoice value to avoid paying high taxes. Clear? So first two duties correct. I hope you understood. Customs duty is there for tax, and you for tax you have customs duty, no, right? Only GST you have. Next, then third type. Clear? The third type of tariff what I am having here. The third type of tariff what we have here is mixed tariff. Clear? Mixed tariff. Mixed tariff. Clear? Third type of tariff what we are having here is mixed tariff. So what do we mean by mixed tariff? Mixed tariff means either clear specific tariff or or ad valorem tariff, whichever is higher. Simple. Whichever is higher. Whichever is higher. Clear? Whichever is higher. So same thing happened here in case of Rolls-Royce car. Clear? In case of Rolls-Royce car, what is happening here? In case of Rolls-Royce car, under specific tariff was how much? Specific tariff mein how much was the tax? Rupees 10,000. clear, rupees 10,000. And ad valorem, ad valorem how much it is? 1 CR. Which is higher here? Which is higher, specific or ad valorem? Ad valorem. So what will be the duty paid by importer? Duty paid by importer will be how much? Rupees 1 crore. Why? Because it is higher, right? Because it is higher. So either it will be, I repeat, either it will be clear, either it will be a percentage or it will be fixed, whichever is higher. That is called what? That is called as mixed tariff. I hope you understood these three cases. Simple, nothing to worry. Now, then the third situation or fourth situation what may come? The fourth situation what may come here for us is compound tariff. Clear, compound duty, compound tariff. Clear, compound tariff. Sir, what do we mean by compound tariff? Sir, compound tariff means, clear, compound tariff means specific tariff plus ad valorem tariff. Ad valorem tariff. Both I have to pay. Simple. Both. Clear? Both. So the difference between mixed tariff, I repeat, the difference between mixed tariff and compound tariff is that what? In mixed tariff, I am paying either specific tariff or ad valorem tariff, whichever is lesser, correct or not? Sorry, whichever is higher. But in compound tariff, I am paying both specific and ad valorem. Let us say, for example, I import a laptop. Let us say, for example, I import a laptop. Clear? I import a mobile phone, right? I import a mobile phone. 1 second. Clear? We import a mobile phone. We import a mobile phone. What happens? Government will tell now. Now government will tell. What it will tell government to pay? Clear? Government will pay rupees 1,000 plus 5% of invoice value. Invoice value. It means I am paying now. It is asking me to pay 1,000. Tell me, is it fixed or flexible? Tell me. It is government is asking me to pay 1,000 rupees. Compulsory, I have to pay 1,000. Now tell, is it specific or ad valorem? Specific or ad valorem? Specific. It is also asking me to pay 5% of the invoice value. This is specific or ad valorem? Ad valorem. Now tell, I am paying both specific also, ad valorem also. That is called what? That is called as compound tariff. Clear? So I'll repeat again. I am paying only a fixed percentage. I am paying only fixed money, specific. Percentage of invoice, ad valorem. Either specific or ad valorem, any one, whichever is higher, mixed. I am paying both. What is it called? Compound tariff. I hope you understood all the examples with meanings. Simple concept. Anyone has any doubts as of now? Okay, so let us continue. Then, sir, compulsory, very important chapter. Then we have technical tariff. Clear? Then we have technical tariff. Clear? Then we have which tariff, sir? Technical tariff. Clear? Technical tariff. Technical tariff. Now, technical tariff is nothing but tariff payable on tariff payable. Let us say tariff payable on what we can say specific contents. Specific contents of imported goods. So it means what? I need to pay on the main product also. I need to pay on some components also. I repeat, in this case, I need to pay on, clear. In this, what I have to do is I have to pay on main product also. Main product pay also I have to pay. Plus I have to pay on component also. Clear? I have to pay on component also. Now let us say, for example, have you heard about inverter? Have you heard about inverter? This is the inverter. Clear? Inverter. Let us say this is the inverter, right? This is inverter. Can inverter run without battery? Can inverter run without battery? No. So battery is also there. Now what happens? Tell me what is the main. I'm importing inverter also. I'm importing battery of an inverter also. I'm importing inverter also. I'm importing battery also. Now tell. Acha, inverter didn't come. Wait. Now tell. Should I pay tax on inverter? Should I pay duty on inverter? Should I pay duty on inverter? Yes, sir. Should I also pay duty on the battery related to the inverter? So this is the inverter. This is the main product. On main product, should I pay duty or not? Sir, on main product also, I have to pay duty, right? I have to pay duty. On main product also, I have to pay duty. On the component also, they are asking me to pay some extra duty. This battery is nothing but component. So I'm paying the tax on component also. I'm paying tax on duty also. Here also I'm paying duty. So in both the places I'm paying duty. This is called what? Duty payable on specific contents. Specific contents. Understood the logic here? I have to pay on the main product also. I have to pay on the component also. This type of duty is called what? Technical tariff duty. I hope you got the point now. What is technical tariff duty? Anyone has to ask anything, or if you have any other example which you can give, I can explain. Clear? Now then we have tariff rate quota. Then we have tariff rate quota. Clear? Tariff rate quota. Tariff rate quota. Sir, quota means what? Slab. Sir, quota means what? Slab rates. Clear? Quota means what, sir? Slab rates. Clear? Slab rates. So tariff rate quota mein what happens? Tax is payable based on slab rates. Let us say, for example, I import up to 10,000. I import up to 10 items. This must tax. 10 to 20 items. This must tax. So in simple words, can I say? When the quantity increases, tax also increases. When quantity increases, tax also. Quota is nothing but quantity. Clear? Quantity pay. Based on the quantity, slab rates are applicable. I repeat, based on the quantity of imports, slab rates are applicable. That is called what? That is called as tariff rate quota. Let us write here. Clear? Imports. Clear? Imports entering under tariff rate quotas. Clear? TRQs, tariff rate quotas, are usually subject to usually subject to clear usually subject to lower tariff rates up to certain quota, post which what happens? Duty increases. Clear? Post which duty increases. So can I say something like this? Can I say something like this? Let us say, for example, uh, up to clear up to 10 kgs. Clear? Up to 10 kgs. Up to 10 kgs, right? Let us say 5% input duty. 10 kgs to 20 kgs. 10 to 20 kgs. Let us say 6.5%. Then 20 to 50 kgs, it is 7%, 7.5%. So greater than 50 kgs anything, it will be 10%. Now tell, when the quantity of import is increasing, is tax also increasing? Up to a certain quantity, is it higher or lower? Up to a certain quantity, it is lower. What is that certain quantity? Sir, that certain quantity is what? This one, 10 kgs. So up to a certain quantity, duty remains less. Once that quantity increases, automatically what happens? The duty keeps on increasing. This is called what? This is called as tariff rate quota. This is called as what? Tariff rate quota. Then we have most favored nation. Then we have most favored nation. most favored nation, or you can say MFN tariff. Clear? Most favored nation tariff. What do we mean by most favored nation tariff? Now, let us say, for example, have you heard about WTO? Have you heard about WTO? Have you heard about WTO, World Trade Organization? Is India a member of WTO? Now, let us say, for example, now what we'll do, members of WTO, right? WTO. Let us say, for example, here some countries they have given, right? 24 WTO countries. What we'll do? Is India a part of that? See here, is India a part of WTO, World Trade Organization? In images may they have not given. These are European Commission. Clear? Now let us say these are 24 WTO countries. We are talking about who is trading with UK on WTO rules. Now let us see, for example, here let us go here and put this photo. Right? Now you can clearly see here. You can clearly see here. See here. Who is trading with UK? Is Argentina trading with UK? Is Australia trading with UK? Is Brazil trading with UK? Is Kuwait trading? Hong Kong trading? Yes, there are 24 countries which are trading with UK right now. Correct or not? Now tell my question is can now my question is UK can UK differentiate between these countries, between 24 countries? Like it will give more preference to Argentina, less preference to Australia. It is giving more preference to Russia, less preference to Saudi Arabia. Is it possible? That partiality is possible? No. So in simple words, most favored nation doesn't mean that I'm favoring you than compared to others. I repeat, most favored nation doesn't mean that I'm favoring one country with the other country. Name is like that only. Normally, well, students get confused. Is most favored nation means okay, India and US are friends, so India will prefer US over other countries. No, most favored nation country means I am not being partial between other countries. I repeat, I am impartial. Every country is equal to me. Clear? So most favored nation tariff mein what will happen? Clear? Most favored nation tariff mein what will happen? There is no partiality. First thing what will happen here? Clear? What is the first thing? There is clear. Every country is equal in WTO. Clear? Every country is equal in WTO, and there cannot be differentiation. Cannot be differentiation. No. And what is most favored nation tariff? It is the maximum tariff. Maximum tariff what can be charged? What can be charged from WTO members? From whom, sir? From WTO members. Clear? From which members? WTO members. What is the maximum import duty or export duty I can put on? I can put on these WTO members. Is called what? Is called as most favored nation tariff. I hope you understood this. So members of WTO are called as what? Most favored nations. Can I do partiality between most favored nations between the WTO? No. Why? Because all our agreements are what? Whatever I am doing transactions between these countries is regulated by WTO. I can have personal agreements with these people. That is not a problem. If my agreement is routed through WTO, that will be considered as what? Most favored nation tariff. Clear? Next. Then we have variable tariff. Variable tariff. Clear? Then I have variable tariff. Now what exactly do we mean by variable tariff? Let us take one small example. Let us take one small example. Tell me some product which is available in India. Tell me some product, something you tell. Some electronic item you tell. Some electronic item manufactured in India. Not spices, electronic items manufactured in India. Let us say for example, AC. Let us say Tata. Let us say for example Tata. Okay, Tata AC. Clear? Tata AC ka Tata ka AC, let us say, is costing rupees 2 lakhs in AC. Some particular AC you selected which is costing around 2 lakhs. Now what happens? Imported AC. Imported AC, or what is happening here? Imported AC you are getting for, if you import the AC, you are getting in India for how much? Let us say for example 1.2 lakhs. Now tell me, which one will you buy? Which one will you buy? Which one will you buy? Will you buy Tata AC which is for 2 lakhs or imported AC which is for 1.2 lakhs? Which is for 1.2 lakhs. Now tell, this will damage the Indian market or not? This will damage the Indian market or not? People will, since imported products are at a lesser price, you will buy imported products only. Obviously, what will happen? Damages domestic market. Domestic market. So what will government do? Government will increase the price. What will government do? Government will levy additional 0.8 lakhs duty and make price to how much? Price to rupees 2 lakhs. Now tell, imported AC is also 2 lakhs. Tata AC which is manufactured in India is also 2 lakhs. Now whether you buy that AC or this AC, at the end of the day government will be at a benefit or not? Will domestic market be hampered or not? No, domestic market will not be affected. One more example let us take. Let us say for example, what we can say, okay, mobile phone. Clear? Indian manufactured mobile phone. Clear? Let us say Intex, Micromax. Micromax ka a particular features. There are some features. There are same Micromax ka phone you're getting for, let us say, 8,000. Same phone, same features, everything same. You're getting from China for, let us say for example, 3,400. Which one will you prefer? Which one will you prefer? Obviously, you'll prefer a Chinese phone with same features, same quality for 3,400. Now, what will government do? Government will add what to variable tariff. Variable tariff. How much tell? 8,000 minus 3,400. How much? Fast. 4,200. How? 4,200. How? 2 plus how much? How? 3,400 minus 4,600. Now tell. In first case, government is increasing the tariff by how much? 80,000. Correct or not? In first case, government is increasing the tariff by 80,000. In second case, government is increasing the tariff by how much? 4,600. Now tell. In both the cases, increase in duty is same or different? Is it a fixed increase or a variable increase? Is it a fixed increase that this much only I'll increase, or it is a variable increase? It is a variable increase. Depending upon the value, depending upon the type, it will keep increasing. For one product it will be 5,000, for one product it will be 10,000, for one product it will be 1 crore. Is it fixed or variable? It is variable. It is different in every case. This is called what? Sir, this is called as variable tariff. Understood the what is variable tariff now? Clear? It changes depending upon product to product. So what is a variable tariff, sir? Now variable tariff is nothing but it is a tariff. Clear? It is a tariff. What we can say, tariff levied to bring price of imported goods, price of imported goods, clear, price of imported goods to domestic support price. Domestic support price. Domestic support price. Understood what is variable tariff? Simple. Anyone has any doubts in most favored nation tariff and variable tariff? Anyone has any doubt? Can you please ask if you have? Okay, so let us continue. Next. So then we have here next. So next type of tariff we have preferential tariff. Preferential tariff. Clear? Preferential tariff. Now, sir, what is preferential tariff? One country is preferring the other country. Simple. One country is preferring the other country. That is called what? Preferential tariff. Now, let us say, for example, tell me India electronics from where all it will import. India will import electronics from which all countries? What are the countries from where India will import electronics? Tell me. One is China. Second one is Japan. Third one is Korea. And next you can say US. Clear? US. Let us say these are the four countries from where let us assume that India is importing electronics. Clear? Now can I now tell me India prefers which country? India prefers which country out of these four? India prefers which country out of these four countries? According to you, US. So now what happens? India and US enter into an agreement that for US, for import of electronics from US, I am going to charge, let us say, 8% duty. For all others, I will charge, for all other countries, I will charge greater than 8%. It might be 20%, 30%, 40%, whatever it is. Irrespective of whatever I'm charging to others, I will charge 8% to you. Now tell, am I preferring one country over the other countries here or not? Am I giving preference of imports from one country than compared to other country? This type of agreement between two or more countries, it can be between two or it can be between two or more countries. What is this called? This is called as preferential tariff. This is called as which tariff? Preferential tariff. So what is preferential tariff here? Clear? What is preferential tariff? Let us write. Clear? Agreement whereby countries promise to give preference to products of one country. Clear? Preference to products of one country over other countries. Clear? Other countries. Sir, but it should not show, but I did bias. No, sir. Why bias should not be there, you tell? Now let us say, for example, India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan are on good terms or bad terms? India and Pakistan are on good terms or bad terms? Bad terms. Now, why should I help Pakistan develop their country when we don't have a good relationship? Simple question. Why should I help China when India and China are not in a good relationship? If China is good to me, if all the countries are good to me, obviously I will show preference or not. Now, simple example I'll give you. During childhood, you might have celebrated your birthday in school. You might have taken chocolates and gone. One big box. Everyone you will take one chocolate and give. But for your friends, will you give one chocolate or more than one chocolate? You will give obviously more than one chocolate, correct or not? Now, are you preferring your friends more than those who are non-friends? I'm not telling others are your enemies. Are you preferring one person or two people over the other people in class? You should do that. That is not bias. I am preferring my best friend over the other countries. It doesn't mean that other countries are my enemies. No, I am preferring you because I feel that in future I will have benefit from you also. Like, what benefit India will have from Pakistan, China and Nepal? Nothing. But what benefit India will have from US? That if India and China go on a war, India might get support from US. India might get support from whom? Russia. India might get support from Afghanistan. That is why what happens, we prefer these countries. Clear? I am giving benefit because I know that either you will give me benefit now or you will give me benefit in future. Clear? So I hope you understood why this is not basically bias. This is like preferring others. Next, then we have bound tariff. Then we have which tariff, sir? Bound tariff. Clear? Bound tariff. Sir, what exactly do we mean by bound tariff? Sir, now let us say this most favored nation may there is an agreement that what is the maximum price I can charge? Can I raise the price above a certain level? Now tell, according to WTO rules, can I charge beyond a certain limit? But can I charge less than that? Let us say WTO told that 10% is the maximum what I can charge from other countries. Can I charge less than that? Not for all countries. For some countries, can I charge less than that? That is called what? That is called as bound tariff. Clear? That is called as bound tariff. So in bound tariff, what is happening? Bound tariff is nothing but WTO member. WTO member. Now tell, preferential tariff is between the members of WTO or a separate agreement between countries? Is it related to WTO or a separate? It's a separate thing. But when I talk about most favored nation, and when I talk about bond tariff, these are related to WTO members. Clear? These are related to WTO members. WTO members, clear, WTO member binds, clear, binds itself with a legal commitment, with a legal commitment, clear, with a legal commitment to not to raise, to not to raise price, to not to raise duty above a certain level, above a certain level, above a certain level. Clear? Now let us say WTO is telling me maximum rate for all the countries is 10%. Import export pay 10% you levy. If I charge 10% for one country and more than 10% for one country, that is against the WTO rules. But I can select some countries. Let us say I will tell US, China, clear, and then Russia. For these three countries, since majority of the imports are coming from these three countries, what I will do? I will charge 9.5%. I am charging less than that. Does it mean that is it preference? No, this is not called preferential. This is called as what? This is called as bound tariff. It is like preferential only. It is like preferential only. Here also, I am charging to other people's more, to you less. Here also same thing, right? But this is monitored by whom? WTO. This is monitored by whom? WTO. Understood the logic? Understood?